Hello everyone. Today I want to talk about the new game mode that's going to be coming to the Division 2 in December in Season 11. It's been announced that there is going to be a brand new game mode, but we've been given no details on this. And in a lot of streams recently, a lot of people are asking me, what do I think the new game mode is going to be? Or what game mode do I want it to be? So we're going to use Countdown as the backdrop for today's video because this is the most recent game mode that's been released on the Division 2, and I want to discuss my feelings about that. And I feel like we should go over other game modes that have been introduced in the franchise before, and we'll discuss what I want out of this new game mode in December and what I expect. So first, Countdown. I think Countdown was a great alternative for players in Season 9 to give us something fresh to do, a great new map, and it was a great loot cave. Basically, loot was very rewarding in it, so what they went with was a very, very rewarding game mode that was short as well. And better yet, it wasn't like a raid on the Division 2 where it was pretty much impossible to complete for most people and real difficult content. You could matchmake on this mode, you could link up with some random people, and you could get it done. Yeah, when it first came out, it was hard to matchmake because people were still figuring it out. But right now, if you matchmake, it's pretty easy, and you can basically do it solo. They are going to revamp the mode in Season 10 where you can have difficulties as well, making it easier for players that do struggle with it. And it's going to make it harder for players that want more of a challenge with the heroic difficulty. All in all, I felt the game mode was okay, especially if you wanted to grind loot. It was much better than the Summit, say. I think Summit offered more of a challenge, but Countdown, if you wanted to make a build, it was definitely the best way to go about it. With a bunch of friends, you could just go in there, target the loot, and get what you want. But it wasn't a game mode for me personally. I don't feel like the game mode is very enjoyable. It didn't really hit the spot for me, and I'm hoping with the new game mode in December that they do a much better job than this. And I want to explain. So if we go back to the Division 1 and we have a look at game modes that was on now, the first game mode introduced was Underground. Although I didn't really like Underground, it was a very replayable mode. There was loads of different aspects to it, and there was like a progression system. You did have to level up with the mode to get unlocks, and there was rewards that way. And the commendations as well, it made you play the mode even if you're like myself and you didn't really enjoy it. You still went into the Underground to get everything done and get everything completed if you're a completionist. They then released Survival. I think it was Survival first. If I'm wrong here, let me know in the comments. But Survival, which I think is the best game mode to date that the Division have done. It required skill, it required you to really play the game mode and get used to it and familiar with it, and it required a lot of practice. You couldn't just go on Survival and be good at it. It took hours and hours and hours of practice to get good and to fine tune it before you became like a master of it. And I used to help people out with Survival and all sorts. Survival was hands down the best game mode the Division 2 has ever done. It was really, really good. And then on the Division 1 as well, you had Last Stand. This was a PvP game mode. It was kind of like, in a way, kind of like Domination. You had like A, B, and C. You had to fight to control each of those points. And if you control more points than the other team, you got more of a score. And it was the first to reach the score limit to win the match. It was a very good game mode. Again, a PvP-orientated game mode. And it was very fun to play. People played it until the game died, pretty much, until the end of its time. So I believe Last Stand still goes today. You can still get a game if you wish to go back to the Division 1 and play it. People still enjoy it. Come over to the Division 2, and there's not really a lot of game modes. They didn't release a DLC package like they did with the Division 1 with game modes. And the first game mode that dropped was the Summit. This was entitled Update 12, maybe. I'm not sure. Something. It was quite late on in the game, and the Summit offered what they said was a replayable mode where you went up like a skyscraper. There's 100 floors, and you could, for the first time, you could pick your targeted loot as well. And they tried to make it into a replayable, rewarding system. It got a lot of backlash though. It just felt like it was the same thing over and over. A lot of people like myself compared it to the Underground in a way. It's kind of like the Division 2's version of the Underground, but it just wasn't done as well as that. We did get commendations to grind for, which were very, very grindy. I started to go for them, and there was a few unlocks for completing all 100 floors in terms of backpack trophies and things like that. But the problem with the summit for me is that it was just that once you completed it once, there was no real need to go and do it again unless you wanted to target your loot. And then when they brought Countdown down the road later in Season 9, it kind of made the summit worthless in a way, because Countdown was so rewarding with all the loot that you could get, again letting you target loot. So it kind of like made Summit void. And Countdown obviously was a lot faster, the 15-minute game modes, and you just got tons and tons of loot. Because it was so rewarding, the Summit kind of lost its edge in that even though it's got targeted loot, you're now going to go for Countdown over Summit. So they're the only two game modes that we got with the Division 2, is Summit and Countdown. And with the third new game mode, we're all wondering what it is going to be. Now, I really hope it's going to be something like Survival. I've already mentioned that was my favorite game mode that Division have done so far. I think Survival was really, really good. But with Heartland coming out, which is kind of like a survival-esque sort of game, I highly doubt it. But I would love for the Survival 2.0. But what I really want out of the game mode in December is something that does require a lot of your time to get good at, or a lot of your time to progress. I want a mode where I can come back every day and just keep on playing to get better at it, or keep unlocking more. It needs to be something that has value in that sense, rather than just giving you a ton of loot for you to make builds, because we've already got that with Countdown, and you've got the Summit as well if you want. But it's got to be something very rewarding, and I would love to see some sort of mode where there's like a progressional based system, so a new level system just for that mode, with loads of unlocks as you level up and you get better at that mode. And I think what would be really good is if they actually shown us some love for PvP and made it a PvP game mode. Going back to the Division 1 again, you had the Underground, which was PvE, you had Survival, where you could do PvE or PvP, and you had Last Stand, which was PvP. We have no real PvP specific game mode. I know we have Conflict, but that came out with the game, and we have the Dark Zone. But other than that, they've not given us anything new PvP wise since the launch of the game. So it'd be great if we had a PvP mode, like bring back Last Stand in a Division 2 form. That could be good also. Or again, it would work with Survival if you had PvE, PvP. So to conclude, I actually don't think it will be a PvP game mode as much as I think the game needs it. I don't think that's going to attract a lot of the player base. I do think they're going to be doing another PvE style game mode, and if it's not something like Survival, which I really don't think it will do, it's going to be something brand new in my opinion. I just hope it's just got to be really replayable and really rewarding. It doesn't have to be another loot cave. Obviously I targeted loot if you want, but I want it rewarding in the sense that the game mode's going to be quite difficult at the start. It's going to require a lot of your time to get good at it, and maybe just some progressional based system in there, whether that's you leveling up and having to level up like in the Underground and the Division 1 to get better rewards and unlock more of the mode, or whether it's something like the rewards are progressional, so each week you get new rewards, or each month or season you get new rewards to go for. It needs to be a mode that makes you want to come back week in, week out, and I feel if they do that, it could be something that's very good for the Division and just keep players coming back to the game in between seasons, where, you know, when the season ends and we're waiting for a new one to start. Because right now what happens is when the season ends, the game kind of goes dead for a little bit, and then we all wait for the next season, like we are now with Season 10. We need a mode that's going to keep us entertained during those spells, and I don't think the Division currently has that with Countdown and the Summit, whereas the Division 1 did have that. People would play Last Stand until their heart's content. They'd play Survival every single day, and they'd even play Underground every single day. The free modes on the Division 1 far outweigh the modes done on the Division 2, and what they need in Season 11 in December is a mode that is on par with them, that is going to keep players coming back to the game in between other content updates, and that is what I want. I wish I could put it into words exactly the sort of mode I'd want. You know, people are talking about let's have a hunter mode and things like this. Personally, I want Survival 2.0. If we could have Survival on the game again, I'd be all for that. But yeah, it's hard to pinpoint exactly the mode that they're going to make. I don't think they're going to do anything they've already done before, though, because of tweets I've read in the past and things like that. They want to try new things. They want to make new things. And as developers, they don't just want to keep on doing the same old thing. So expect something new. But that's it for the video today. I just want to discuss the new mode in the Division 2. I'm getting asked about it a lot, and they're my thoughts on it. Let me know your thoughts down in the video comments. What do you think the new mode in December is going to be on the Division 2? What sort of game mode do you want? Or if you have specifics, what's the exact thing you want to be released in December? I'm really looking forward to Heartland as well. I think we need to remember that we're not only just getting the Division 2 updates, and in season 11 a brand new game mode. But we've also got Heartland to look forward to, which is a brand new game entirely, which will be free to play and hopefully out by the end of this year as well. So much to look forward to regardless. But yeah, they're my views on the new game mode. I hope you've enjoyed them today. Don't forget to hit like and share to support. Subscribe if you're new. And come and check out our community now we're done. It's linked at the top of the video description. Come and check us out. Until next time, thank you for watching today. Stay safe and peace out.